For years, the conflict between Israel and Iran has played out in the shadows through cyber attacks, covert assassinations, and proxy skirmishes. This map highlights a shift as that quiet standoff breaks into the open. Behind this shift is the scale of Iranian military power. Tehran has spent decades building an arsenal of ballistic missiles and heavy weaponry designed to project force across the region. But the immediate trigger for this current escalation is coming directly from Lebanon. Constant barrages from Hezbollah have torn through northern Israel, leaving destroyed homes and scattered communities in their wake. Interception systems like the Iron Dome catch rockets midair, but they are a shield, not a guaranteed solution. When thousands of munitions cross the border, some inevitably slip through the net. To stop the barrage, Israel has decided to stop waiting for the rockets to fall. Ground forces are now moving to dismantle the threat at its source. The line separating Israel and Lebanon is defined by thick concrete and steel. For years, this border wall stood as the physical limit of the conflict, a barrier meant to keep the two sides isolated. That barrier has been breached. Israeli defense forces have pushed into Lebanese territory, moving infantry units through the rocky terrain to confront Hezbollah directly. Returning evacuated Israeli citizens to the north requires destroying the launch pads and tunnel networks built deep into the hills of southern Lebanon. This map of southern Lebanon shows the current trajectory of the offensive. What started as localized incursions near the border is expanding, with ground forces pushing deeper into Lebanese territory. As troops advance, the military is officially designating these regions as active combat zones. For Lebanese civilians, the arrival of the IDF means urgent evacuation orders. Residents are being warned to abandon their homes and move to safer locations as heavy fighting closes in. The forces moving into these areas are searching out weapons caches, collapsing subterranean bunkers, and leveling the physical infrastructure Hezbollah relies on to stage its attacks. The IDF is carrying out a thorough block-by-block clearing of the terrain, aiming to leave a physical buffer zone where Hezbollah's operational infrastructure can no longer take root. As the IDF pushes north, one specific location has emerged as the defining prize of the current campaign, Beaufort Castle. Look at the vantage point from these ruined stone walls. The fortress sits on a massive cliffside, offering an uninterrupted view of the entire valley and the supply routes running below it. Taking this hill carries heavy significance. By occupying this point, the IDF has marked its deepest military advance into Lebanon in 26 years. For Hezbollah, losing the castle strips away their ability to monitor Israeli troop movements. It fractures their defensive line and hampers their command over the region. This map shows why victory at a single castle echoes beyond Lebanon. The Middle East is a tightly woven network of alliances. Hezbollah serves as Iran's primary forward defense. By crippling that force, Israel blinds Tehran's most capable proxy deterrent on the border. Geopolitical analysts warn that cornering an adversary's main proxy escalates the situation. The further Israel pushes into Lebanon, the higher the risk of pulling neighboring powers into a multi-front war. Global leaders are scrambling. Diplomats are working through back channels and international forums, attempting to construct off-ramps before the localized fighting spirals out of control. Holding Beaufort Castle resets the regional board. By physically occupying this height, Israel has forced every neighboring power to recalculate their strategy in a landscape where old border assumptions have effectively collapsed.